So let's get into some formatting. Let's start with actually the titles. We can select these and center them. You can click on that, move it across, and then hit the merge and center button at the top here. Once we click that, it'll merge and center like it said it will. And we can do the same for employee sales records. So it starts to look nice and centered there. Let's do the same for item prices, even though it's not really necessary. Let's do the sales in dollars and the total sales. So now it's starting to look pretty nice. Let's just undo that and just make that for 2 columns because it looks kind of odd, not centered. Now here we can actually go ahead and let's do some number formatting. So since these are quantities, I'm not going to really put any like dollar signs or anything. All the number formatting can be done right here though, so you could change it to a number, currency, whatever you want. But I'm just going to do the number signs and right down here. I'm just going to do it for the first and last rows. And for the rest of them, I'm just going to push the comma style so it doesn't have excessive dollar signs everywhere. For the totals, we're going to do the same, the first and last, so the accounting number format and the accounting number format, so it's dollar sign, the first and last, and the middle numbers you can just do comma style. So it's starting to look more like a spreadsheet. So here we can, let's put like an underline here to make it look more professional accounting. So you can do the underline. I clicked on cell B20 here, and then that underlines it, so it's going to add up the total. And for a total, we should have a double underline just to signify that it is a total. So now that looks a little professional. Here we can, let's see, let's just put everything. Let's just make a background here. I'm just going to choose, let's see, this color looks nice. It's tan background too, so that would be the 3rd column and the 1st row. So if I wanted a border around all of this, I could select everything. And then here's the border button over here. The little arrow next to it, you can control what kind of border, like a thick border, or you want everything bordered here. So if you hit all borders, it'll make everything. So it'll look like a spreadsheet, but it's just colored background. I just want to have like a thick border all around it, just so you don't get confused with everything else going on outside. Let's see. Oh, and over here, I'm just going to make sure these are currency, because just to show that it is a price. If you want to decrease the decimals, because you don't really need to signify that everything's by 0.00, there's the decrease decimal button over here, and there's also the increase if you want to do either or. I mean, you don't really need those all showing, so you just select what you want and you can just click down. But it also adds the currency. So let's just format that back to comma style, the ones that change back. So everything's looking pretty nice. Let's just change the title. Let's bold that. Go up a few sizes. Bold that, go up one size, I guess. Let's bold all the titles. So you just select those, hit the B, or do Control B, whatever you prefer. Let's do that. You can select multiple items too by clicking one, and then once you have clicked something, you can hold the Control button and highlight whatever else you want to select. So I selected all the sales in dollars and the titles and everything. I could do bold, and that converts everything to bold that I just did. I want to do all the names as italic, so I can do the same. Select and Control, select and Control, and select with Control held down, hit italic, So let's see here. That's starting to look pretty nice. What else could we do to that? Let's put in a graphic. So there is that tab on the ribbon up to the top there. If you hit insert, it shows all the things you can insert into this. There's clip art, which is pre-installed, so I already have it up here. I was searching up just soccer ball on the right corner, or well, the right side. Hit go, and it shows all these graphics of soccer balls that you can use. And I just used the first one. And there's all kinds of borders at the top you can choose from. I just leave it at the default. And you could just resize that. I'll put it down the corner. And that is a completed application type thing you can use over and over for this Bill Sporting Goods, just so he sees how much he's making each month. And you can definitely change this because everything's referenced to different things, so everything here is untouched. You can always change these values. So next month, let's say Ben sells 20, and if you press enter on that, you can see the basketball amount change down there. Let's see, Claire sells 50, and then she goes up to 1200. So it's always changing. Everything's linked together, so it's always constantly updating if you're changing values. And you can go ahead and save with the little floppy disk up front, or up the top there, and press Control S, or even like if you hit the save or the file, then there's save as, and that just overwrites it, so you have it for future reference.